Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to make this floating image card. So let's get started. So I'm going to start out with a piece of 4¼ by 11" whisper basic white. How about that one? And then I have a piece of Rococo Rose that is cut at 4 by 5¼ and I'm going to adhere that to the front of my card base. Just leaving that 1/8 inch all the way around. And then I have a piece of basic white that is an 1/8 inch smaller, and all these measurements are on my blog at stampwithdeb.com. And so I'm going to adhere that. I have embossed this with Tasteful Textures embossing folder just to give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, then we're going to start with a piece of window sheet. We'll set this aside for now. I have a piece of window sheet that's cut at 5¼ by 4. And I have strips that I have cut of Rococo Rose, Gray Granite, and Seaside Spray. So some of them are cut at 1/2 inch wide, and some of them are 5/8 inch wide. So you kind of want to scatter them. And I'm going to attach those with Stampin' Seal Plus. No, Stampin' Seal, just Stampin' Seal. So I want to make sure that it gets a good attachment. Let's try this again. So we're being uncooperative today. Let me just grab my batch here. I think when these things start getting low is when they start not working as well. Okay, so I'm just going to attach, put adhesive all the way across here. I want to make sure that it's got adhesive really well on it because part of it might get cut off. And I don't know if you guys can see that window sheet, but I'm going to start at the very top and just attach that. Now the next one, that one's probably, yeah, that's a 1/2 inch. So the next one I'm going to do a little wider. I need space down here to do this. And I'm going to leave an 1/8 inch in between each one. Just about that much. It's probably not even an 1/8 inch. Once you put it down, it's down. Don't try to take it off. The next one I'm going to do is the gray granite. And I'm just wiping the sides because I don't want the glue to hang over the edges. Okay, and I'm just going to continue. Now it's working. And I'm going to have a sticky mess on the other side, but that's okay. We're going to trim it off. When you trim it off, you want to make sure you use some scissors that are easy to clean. Let's see, then we'll do the blue next, and this is a narrower one. So you're just going to go back and forth between them. It doesn't matter whether it's wide or narrow. It just gives a little variety and a little bit of difference to the eye when you're looking at it. This one I want to make sure it is glued down towards the bottom because that may be where my circle ends up cutting. Okay. I'm going to do one more of these really quick. So I have 2 of them because I'm going to cut 2 different size circles. Oops. Ooh, I just got it on there. That's not going to work. Let's grab another one. I cut extras. That's always the secret to doing videos, cut extras. Okay. I need to not do it on there, huh? Okay, that one's grabbing a little early. Come on, give it up, give it up. Okay. And what's the next color? The Cocoa Rose. Make sure you stock up on the Cocoa Rose. It will be retiring. It's such a beautiful color. Okay, this is a white one, good. And one more. Okay, I'm done with that part. Okay, now I'm going to come back with my scissors. These are dirty scissors, so that's perfect. And I'm going to trim off this edge. And I'm really okay with that. I have a lot of space in here that has no adhesive on it, so when we get ready to do the second card, it's a little trickier, but I'll show you what to do with that. Oops, come on. That part I am going to throw away. So I'm just trimming along the edge of this of the window sheet. I'm getting so much on my scissors there, like overwhelmed. Okay. Okay, that's done. Now let's grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Rid of those. And sticking to me. I have 2 circles. You could do this with any shape. It doesn't have to be circles. And you don't have to have 2. Because I didn't have to. I must have left one of them over the other way. Okay. So grab my pads here. And my poor little machine, my poor little pads are getting pretty bulky. I don't know that that's going to fit in there. Okay. I'm just going to trim off this excess on here. And yes, it will fit now. Okay, I'm going to run that through with my machine. And when you go through here, you're going to go through a few times because you're cutting through a layer of paper and you're cutting through the window sheet. And I'll tell you, it won't work if you're doing it with a stitch die. It won't cut, just won't cut. So this is what we're going to save for the other card that we did, that we're going to do. And let me go grab another die that's a little smaller. Here's my other one. Yeah, that's the other one I was using. Okay, let's just trim off the excess on here first. And I'm going to cut this one. So when you place your circle on here, make sure you have enough in this area and this area that it's going to be okay when you cut your circle. See how I have a tiny little sliver there? That would have been better not to have been there. but it's not the end of the world. Just I'm going to have to make sure it's glued on good. So, okay, I'm not getting in here. Let's turn this over the other way. There we go. Put your whole body into this. Oh, let's bring it back. And I'm wiggling all over the place. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so now I have my two circles cut. One is smaller than the other. I'm going to turn this over so that this is the good side and this is the good side. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to glue these two together. Where did I put my card? I want to make sure that they're not hanging over the edge of my card when I glue them together. So I'm going to start with just like, and keep in mind, you can flip them around. They'll be a little bit different. That one's kind of perfect, isn't it? It looks like it came right out of there. I think I want them a little, this one to cover that a little more though. So I'm going to put some adhesive right on this corner. And I'm just going to glue those two together. And they're not going to line up perfect. I'm going to tell you that. Because see this one, remember these are different sizes. So that's part of it. I mean, I could try to line them up perfect. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to let them go where they want to go. Did I do on my other one? I want this to fill up my card. So I'm just going to go right there. So you can see that this is not clear. So they're not lined up perfect, but these two are. It doesn't have to be, okay? You just want it glued together. Then I'm going to take my let me grab it out of my drawer here. I have some foam adhesive strips. And I'm going to grab some of those out of the bag. Maybe I am. They're pretty snug in here. Okay, got it. And so I'm going to use these. They work a little better than the dimensionals, although on my second card I used the dimensionals. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them right across here and trim them off, once again with my sticky scissors. And I can go all the way across that one. And I am working on the window sheet side. Put that little one up there. And looks like we need another one.
We lost the picture, Deb.
Oh, I see that. Thank you. Okay, so I'm putting on the little the adhesive foam, and it's on the window sheet, the side where the window sheet is. I'm going to put one more little piece right down here just to hold that up. Okay, so then I need to peel these off. It's much easier peeling these off than it is peeling off 1,000 little dimensionals. Definitely, which is what you want to end up using here. Okay, I forgot to stamp. I want to stamp a greeting. I want to stamp hello. And so let me grab that. And I'm going to do it in granite. I should have stamped this before I did this. So, oops, hopefully I have a good firm surface under there. I do. That worked well. Okay. And then I have already cut out my flower. Again, I'm not seeing. Okay. So I'm going to cut out this flower in basic white. And I'm going to cut one of each of these layers. But before I cut them, I am going to take a piece of basic white and my brush, where my brush is here, and I'm just going to make myself a little colored area. So it's colored before I cut it out. Do that gently on there. I want it a little darker. This is going to be my bigger flower. And keep in mind, the center of your flower is going to be covered. So not too worried about that. Okay, and then I'm going to do Seaside Spray and Rococo Rose, so the same way. So this way I'm not trying to color that little flower after I get it out of the machine. My computer's doing all kinds of strange things here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to run across the room and I'm going to cut these real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my parts now. And I want this to, oh, there's my other one that I had cut. Okay, I want this to start just kind of curl a little bit, curl up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mat here and I'm going to take, not that one, how about this one? The Pick Me tool, and it's got two ends. And so I'm just going to take it and just kind of run around the edge here. Don't need a whole lot. Just with some pressure there, just to make it curl up. Okay, and then using glue dots, I will put those together. So this one's going to go in first. And I kind of want to offset that a little bit. And then my blue, my Seaside Spray, and my pink. Whoops, didn't catch the blue dot. Okay, what's going on here? Let's move on. That won't work. I'll look at our tweezers. Kind of flatten that one out now. Okay, and then I'm going to put a opal in the center of that. And my tail is going to be too long. So first of all, I want to color that stem. And I'm going to color that with, what's it called? Soft sea foam. The brush tip. And let's get off of there and off of there. And then I'm just going to, I want this to poof up a little bit. Kind of smashed it and putting it together. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to attach this to my glue dots. Okay, to the front of my design here. Just like that. And then I attach the other end with a glue dot also. And just trim that off. Right on that corner. Okay, so then I just added my little ladybug with, once again, a glue dot. I'll just put him up here. And there we are. All right, there it is, ladies. Okay, so let me show you something else that I did. So remember I told you not to throw away those edges? Well, the flower's kind of flat here. Don't throw away the edges of these right here, because what I did is I came back and created this card with it. So I cut off these edges, and that's what I used. So this is the one that's kind of floppy there that needs reattached. But I cut off these edges just here, and then do you see what happens when you cut them off? There they are. So the measurements for these as well will be on my blog. Okay, all the measurements for everything in here will be on that card, will be on my blog. Thank you very much for joining me. If you need any supplies or you have any questions, go to stampwithdeb.com. Thank you.